Hi, Future Edgy here. Little bit of context for this video that I'm about to show you. I'm in the middle of editing the Why I Love Teen Titans video that's going to be coming out in a few days, and the first episode of Gotham Knights released, which I was excited for, to say the least. So I decided to give it a watch in between editing. And the recording you're about to hear is my direct anger about 2 minutes after I finish the episode. You're gonna hear some swearing, you're gonna hear some aggression, and to be fair, a lot of it's warranted. Also, apologies for the lack of, relevant footage. This episode came out like a few days ago, and trying to get footage for the show is like trying to break into Fort Knox. So, you're gonna have to do trailer footage for now, but aside from that, enjoy the show. When it comes to superhero TV shows, Marvel has been the company that has overwhelmed the market in recent years with its plethora of unneeded, unfinished, and rushed projects being thrown out the doors in order to make as much profit as possible for future phases. However, this does not include DC. While I am a DC fanboy, even I have to admit that the majority of the time, DC shows are awful, and I mean that in the most aggressive use of that word. These shows they put out, especially the CW variant, are purely put out to make money and not to provide any entertainment value whatsoever. So, imagine my fear but shared excitement when I heard that DC was making a show called Gotham Knights, set in a universe where Batman was killed and his son had to pick up the mantle to protect Gotham in his absence. Now, on paper, and even in comic books, this storyline has been done an endless amount of times, with Nightfall being the comic book storyline that has done it the best. So, as I was watching the show, I kept many of these storylines in mind, as I believed that they would provide inspiration for this story. Turns out, I was completely wrong, in every sense. Do you know who the real sons of Batman are? Well, across all comic book variants, we have people like Terry McGinnis, Dick Grayson, Tim Drake, Jason Todd, Damian Wayne, the founding fathers of the sidekick, as a lot of people would say, with the majority of them becoming Robin before they even stepped foot into the Batman role, which they've all taken up in one timeline or another. Yet, instead of focusing the story on those tried and tested characters who have incredible storytelling potential and so many stories that you could make 10 seasons out of a show based around them by themselves, they decided to make a show based around someone different. This person being Turner Hayes, a completely new character made for the show, and Carrie Kelly, an actual good character from the Dark Knight Returns comic book by Frank Miller, which a lot of DC fans should know about. But instead of keeping it the same, maybe changing a few character traits to fit in with the show, they race swapped her and put her in a completely goofy costume that makes her look like she's the bouncer for a BDSM party. But I'm saying all this, I held out hope. I talked to my friends about the show, and all of them said that they weren't going to be watching it, as in a show like this could only go downhill. But I held out hope. I held out hope for the trailer, and boy, was that hope shattered within an inch of its life. With the trailer being some of the worst pieces of fiction I've seen in a very long time, I decided, you know what? Fuck all the promotional material that they're going to be using to promote this TV show. I'm just going to wait for the first episode to come out. It can't be that bad, right? So abhorrent that I wouldn't want to watch it. So I waited. And I waited. And with the release of the episode only a few days ago, I watched it, of course. And Jesus H. Christ, this show is awful. If you haven't seen it, don't, but I'm going to be going into spoiler territory here. So if for some reason you want to go watch this show and not be spoiled, go for it. But once again, I wouldn't recommend it. Alright, I'm going to talk about the things I hate about this show because I like nothing about it. So, you ready? Let's do this. Let's start off with the characters, because all of them make zero sense. Okay, if you lived in the DC universe and wanted to hire some people to commit crimes, in Gotham City, a place so bad even Superman doesn't take regular visits because, the Joker, Bane, Riddler, and endless other villains. But not just any crime. You wanted to break into Wayne Tower, one of the most heavily guarded places on the planet, second maybe to only LexCorp, or the fucking White House. Who would you want as your hired gun? Would it be Deathstroke, an expensive mercenary who always gets the job done to perfection, who was stated by Batman to be his only martial arts equal right there next to Ra's al Ghul, as well as one of the only people to ever take Batman to a stalemate and even beat him in an all-out fight? Or maybe you hire Bronze Tiger, considered by almost all in the DC universe to be Batman's superior when it comes to martial arts, and having trained with him in the past, as well as having never lost at the Dark Knight, while also having lightning fast reflexes, being a master strategist and planner, and an incredible spy. Or do you hire 3 teenagers, one of them claiming to be the Joker's daughter with none of his cunning and skill, and the other 2 with no criminal background aside from maybe stealing a car or 2, who have incredible emotional baggage from their abusive father, who are not trained, and when they see police, they run like hell, let alone if they also see the actual Dark Knight, vengeance behind them after he found out that they stole from his heavily guarded fortress in the middle of the city. I don't know, the kids seem like a pretty good bet to me. Like, I'm just saying, there were 1,000 other good picks for the job who could have easily done this to near perfection. Brother, even Catwoman, the master thief herself, you think she wouldn't jump at an opportunity to steal from Bruce Wayne? Plus, she would have access to the tower. They smash basically every week. I'm getting sidetracked. Brother, there was one security guard protecting the most heavily guarded place in all of Gotham. Arkham is more secure than this, and Joker escapes from that place more than 4 times a week. So, apparently in this universe, which is completely separate from Matt Reeves' Batman, Batman kills the Joker. And everyone knows this, but does nothing. Like, would he not be hunted by the GCPD? No. In fact, would he not be hunted down by every single available force in Gotham and Greater America? Because, it's Batman. Someone that have enough time to take down gods. But nah, you leave him alone. Because that's intelligent. And how the fuck did they manage to get the actor Misha Collins? He doesn't deserve to have his career die in its almost guaranteed failure of a show. And one more thing. This is the Batcave. This is what Bruce Wayne... No. Vengeance operated out of long enough to actually have a name for himself. Brother, I think I've seen that keyboard on Amazon for 50 quid on a sale. What the fuck? Oh, and one more thing. How in the fuck did they kill off Batman by having him shot in the head? Do not know who this man is. He is Vengeance. He is the Knight, and he got taken down by what seems to be one blood-clot bullet. You will have people saying, oh, it was a talent from the Court of Owls. That's what they're setting up. Nah, it's not like anyone of 3 brain cells who was like 3 layers deep and decently ill or couldn't tell that from the blood clot coin of an owl on there Bruce is holding before he dies. But how does he only have this Party City type mask on some suit? His cowl is usually the last thing he puts on. In the time span of almost a year, there has now been 2 projects called Gotham Knights that have explored the Court of Owls, arguably one of Batman's best storylines, shitly. And it really hurts, because I know if you were to give these people a good enough director and a good enough writer, they would be able to make some of the best stories you would ever seen from Batman. But these times, I feel like I could have written a better storyline. I'll be honest here, I don't like to lie in my reviews. This show is booty cheeks, like straight ass booty cheeks. Don't watch it. I've seen 1 episode and I'm disappointed with everything I've seen so far. The Ta-Nehisi actor always looks pissed off and annoyed. Always. No matter how happy he's supposed to look, the Carrie Kelly actor is saying some of the cringiest lines I've ever heard, and that's saying something. I have seen Boruto. Just take my advice and heed warning. For all of you out there who have seen the trailer for Gotham Knights, or like me, just wanted a story centered around the other members of the Bat family, this ain't it. This is just some cheap, shitty cash grab show that ran for a season or maybe 2 due to woke Hollywood saying that Cullen Rowe is such a progressive character and that Carrie Kelly is the exact reason that race swapping should be accepted. Don't watch the show. Simple as that. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later. Bye now.